Dun, 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 dun. Hello, my friends, and how we doing today? I'm here to talk to you about Godzilla versus the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Volume 2, Issue 4. I've been going over this month by month as it came out, and if you watched my previous videos, you know how I feel about this series. My feelings haven't changed crazy since then. This is by Cullen Bunn, who I believe has a beautiful understanding of both Power Rangers and Godzilla lore. He certainly captures the voices of all the different Rangers perfectly, and he seems competent in understanding everything that goes on within the various franchises. So I'm very happy with how it's written, and there's been a lot of cool stuff in this series that has really captured my attention. The last issue had the Power Rangers getting their kaiju powered costumes and everything, and here we see them unleashing hell and taking on the bad guys. And we have the Psycho Rangers who have evil kaiju power-ups, so you know they got all sorts of nasty kaijus, and the Rangers have the good ones. And I love these designs of how they look. Yellow Ranger having Baragon is just fantastic. Blue Ranger is Anguirus. Pink Ranger is Mothra. Red Ranger, he's got Rodan. Black Ranger's King Caesar. It's just so fun, and obviously they have them kind of aligned to good versus bad types of monsters. Here we got we got the White Ranger teaming up with Jet Jaguar, which is hella cool, and this page is pretty fun. I really like this big close-up of Goldar's face, but he sure is looking weird and hunched over in this page here. And this bit's great where Goldar gets his tooth kicked off by Jet Jaguar. And this page, we finally see the big reveal, which had been hidden before. I called it, but I think anyone and their mom called it. Like, I'm not saying anything you weren't expecting, which is the Green Ranger's kaiju power-up is Godzilla. And I really like this panel where we see him calling forth the energy. And you got like these energy beams and the swirls of energy, but if you look at it, it actually looks like Godzilla's face there. Like that, there's his eyes, and you know, his kind of snout coming down the mouth. If you kind of focus and look on it, there, it's really cool looking. And here we have him powering up, and he has spines on the back, and he can actually unleash a big Godzilla atomic breath blast out of his visor. So that's real dope. I dig that. Although I gotta say, his hands look kind of funky in this bottom panel here. Don't you think? And this is excellent right here. This is sadly the only page where we see in this issue a clear shot of all the Rangers together. I would have liked a one-page action spread where we saw everybody clearly defined, just so we could get a better look at the suits themselves to analyze the Rangers in their new forms. But very cool. Very cool. And then this page we get the big shot of them summoning the Zords. And how cool is that? Like, we're getting a Zord of each different kaiju. And it's great too. Like, each kaiju fits each ranger pretty well, I think. Like, Blue Anguirus is excellent. Yellow Baragon, wonderful. I mean, pink's not the color I really would have gone with for Mothra, but I see why they chose Mothra as the pink one. And I think it's cool, too, how they have King Caesar running on fours instead of walking upright. I think that's interesting, but I see why they went for it. And this is my big complaint about this series, and no hate on the illustrator here, because he does a great job, but every time I'm reading this, I just keep thinking what this book would look like if they waited for Freddie Williams to do the second volume, because as much as I like the writing, and it does a great job of capturing everything about the different characters and blending the franchise well, Freddie Williams artwork is really what hooked me, is giving everything that wow factor, making it feel so important and like an event. And everything's competently drawn in here, like it looks good, but I don't love these manga-esque cartoony cutaway bits where we see the characters overreacting in a comedic fashion, even if it's always the same characters. Because that's not something we see in Godzilla, that's not something we see in Power Rangers. Yes, Power Rangers has some kiddie cartoony stuff, but we don't have that. And so I'm just not feeling it. And we didn't see anything like that in the previous series. So it feels disjointed to me in that respect. But this is really sick, where the last page we saw the Green Ranger pulling out his flute and summoning the Godzilla Zord. And this is sadly the only bit we see of it in this issue so far. So that's a bit of a bummer. But we see more of the Zords kicking ass. And I love that we get to see the individual Zords doing some action before the inevitable, which is when the odds get really rough. What do? You combine your powers and make a Megazord. And here we get the big money shot of the combined Kaiju Megazord, which looks awesome, but look at how much of this space on the page has no artwork on it. You could have zoomed this in and made the tip of the sword right down here and filled this up more. That's all I'm saying. That's a bit of a bummer, and I don't like how we can't see the Megazord super clearly. Like, a lot of it is blocked off and feels a little bit blurry and undefined. Like, we're only going to get to see the Kaiju Megazord for a short amount of time, so I want some really good shots of it. And this looks cool, but I want to see the whole thing. I want to see it clearly. I want to see it better. So we better get some kick-ass Megazord action in the next one. And I know we should, because like we didn't even see the Dragon Zord do nothing. But here's a preview for next month's cover here, which looks neat. I like it, but man, some of the variant covers have been really kick-ass in this. And this is the main cover that I got, and I kind of regret it because this B cover by Alex Sanchez is so sick. And this was the big money shot of issue 2. This cover should have been used in the previous issue where we actually saw this Godzilla Dragon Zord combination. This cover right here, though, where we see all the Kaiju Rangers lined up like that, is so awesome. We don't get to see all the helmets super defined, but we see all of them for the most part. This is great, though, seeing them all lined up like that. I dig that a lot. This cover right here, though, this C cover, is just absolutely sick, with Godzilla and the Dragon Zord morphed onto him, but then also seeing all the Rangers in their new Kaiju suits. And we get a bit of a better look at them, too. And I think this is real cute how they got Yellow Ranger posed up on his shoulder there. But yeah, they're such cool designs. Oh, watch out. Sorry about that. But the best part, I think, is that they actually look like they could be tokusatsu suits. Like, I could actually see these suits being turned into something somebody would wear. The only one that might be a bit much would be the wings with Mothra, and the Anguirus spikes could be a bit goofy, but only really heavy, not really goofy. I mean, all the suits look goofy, but they maybe sometimes when you start sticking loads of things on the guys, it gets a little wobbly, you know. And it's funny when you see them moving and their armor and their shoulders are kind of shifting. But anyhow, yeah, the rest of the book is ads. I had a lot of fun with it, a lot of cool moments in it, but again, I just can't help but feeling like, man, why didn't they just wait and get Freddie Williams. I would have loved to have the same creative team working on it, both writing and illustrating. But I do love Bunn as far as his voice for the Power Rangers characters and his understanding of Godzilla stuff. I would love to see him work on a Godzilla solo story or a Power Rangers solo. Like if he ended up taking over a monthly for Power Rangers or for Godzilla by themselves, I would be thrilled beyond belief either way. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'll be checking in with you for issue 5 next month. And thank you for joining me as I talk about nerdy shit I like.